guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ashley, aka Lace Spirit Designs, and I'm a full-time artist and small business owner, and I'm also a vlogger and like pseudo art educator, I guess you could say. I do a lot of like little tutorial things here and there. And I started uploading my videos regularly in August of 2020, and in March 2022, I finally got monetized. And in June, this year, I finally got my first YouTube paycheck. So I thought it would be kind of fun to kind of take you guys through real dollar talk, show you how much I made in my first YouTube paycheck, and talk about the strategies I had growing my channel up to this point, and strategies I plan to implement into the next phase of growing my channel. So stay tuned if you want to check it out. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notifications so you never miss one of my videos. I put out videos every week and they're usually studio vlogs. Sometimes I do Artist Alley convention vlogs and other little tutorials and stuff of that matter. So my channel was accepted to be monetized in the middle of March 2022. And if you're not familiar with YouTube ad revenue and payouts and all that stuff, there's actually a lot to it. But basically, when you start making money, you're not allowed to pay out to your bank account until you've hit a $100 threshold. So from the middle of March 2022 until the end of May 2022, it took me that long to hit that threshold. So I actually just received my paycheck for the first time. And YouTube does it where it sends the money, I think towards the end of the month, I think like between the 21st and whatever like that week is. And pretty much the day that I got the email, I checked my bank account and the money was already there. And I know you're just dying to know, and my paycheck from YouTube for the first 2.5 months that I was monetized was $136.32. So it averages about like $40-ish a month. But we'll go into my channel and look exactly at what those numbers were. So if you go into your analytics and you click on the revenue tab, usually by default it's going to show you the last 28 days. But I want to see the first month I started making money. So this is from March 1st to March 31st. And I didn't start making any money on YouTube until March 16th. And I earned 26 cents. And I tell you what, guys, I cannot express how excited I was to make that first 26 cents. Like, it's literally pennies. It's a quarter and 1 penny. And I was so thrilled. And I'm still thrilled. Like, every time I see money going up in this account, because I just do this for fun, this is exciting. So, for the entire month of March, I made $31.16. And I like to go back and see how many views that was. So it was about 7,000 views. So then we're going to go into April, which was the first full month of making money on YouTube. My estimated revenue for April was $51.12, and that was about 7,500 views. And then for May I made $54.04 with 7,600 views. So interesting stuff. So I guess it's about $50 a month on average. For June so far, it is the 24th today. So far for this month, and there's still like a good week left, I've made $50.75, and I'm sitting at about 6,700 views. So I'm on par for the last couple of months. And I'm interested to see if I will do well enough between this month and next month I get another payout in August. But it seems to be that once the month ends is when they cut off and they see how much you've made. Then they decide for the following month if you're going to receive that money or not. And it is a $100 threshold every time you pay out. So I got to hustle a little bit. With all that being said, what was my strategy to grow my channel? Honestly, it was kind of non-existent. I kind of flew by the seat of my pants the entire time for the last 2 years. But once I started deciding to focus on YouTube back in 2020, I knew that I had to be consistent. So let's look at my channel here while we go through my list of strategies. So my YouTube channel is about a decade old. I didn't really start posting to it until like 2018, I think, and that was just for fun. So yeah, my first initial goal with dealing with YouTube was I knew I had to be consistent and I wanted to post regularly. And I watched a lot of videos about like how often somebody should post and what matters. And it seemed like a weekly schedule was the best to follow. So that's what I did. I posted once a week. And to start, I was switching off between like, I started with a studio vlog, and then I did a speed paint, and then I did a studio vlog, and then I started doing reaction videos. And then I kind of followed that formula for a little while because the reaction videos especially were getting views. The speed paints, you can see, have just a few. Like, I don't think any of them broke 100. Obviously, these early ones don't count because they were, they've been sitting there for a long time. So, oddly enough, my very first studio vlog has about as many views as I typically get on a current studio vlog, though that could mostly be because it's fed to people as an end card. Eventually, I did stop doing the speed paints entirely because they weren't useful, and I started doing like tutorials, which were doing really well. And I was doing the reaction videos kind of infrequently because they would do it. It was really hard to determine if they were going to do well or not, but they were bringing a lot of eyes to my channel. And not a lot of those eyes translated into subscribers, but it certainly helped. But the point is you want to really keep to a regular schedule for whatever content you're putting out on YouTube because, I think that probably goes for any social media you're using, but especially for YouTube. So another thing that I was doing was sharing my video. Every time it went live, I would share my video wherever I could, and it was mostly Instagram and Facebook. And occasionally I would share it to my patrons if it was kind of relevant to them specifically, and if I was putting out a newsletter, I always try and link to my most recent video in my newsletter. So another thing that I really focused on was quality. And I don't know if you guys know this, I'm not using a film camera. I am filming on my iPhone 6 Plus, 7 Plus, 7 Plus. And I didn't want it to look like I was filming on a cell phone, so I went into the settings and I turned on the film quality to the highest available, which is 4K. And I don't think it's true 4K, but it's still pretty decent for a phone. And I ended up learning Adobe Premiere Pro on the fly, literally like the day I was planning to upload my first video to edit. And I wasn't doing this for a while because my computer was really old at the time, but when I can, I try to export my video in the highest resolution possible, and I don't do anything less than 1080, and most of the time it's 4K if I can. So in late 2021, I started adding chapters to my videos, which are like timestamps, and you can go basically throughout and skip to sections based on your relevancy or interest in what the video is about. And I also started researching tags. Now I've learned since then that tags aren't really that important for videos unless there's something in your niche or your video's topic that is constantly misspelled. But these things I thought were important, and I still utilize them to this day, and do with that what you will, I suppose. So I don't know if this is going to show it. Let's go back into YouTube Studio. So something interesting I noticed, and this has happened a couple times because sometimes I get overwhelmed, but replying to comments is really important on YouTube. And I would notice that if I was on top of replying to comments, no matter what kind of comments they were, on what video, if I got them in, I was replying, my views would stay consistent or increase. But if I went a few weeks without replying to any comments at all, they would dip. So this is interesting because I just did this, and I noticed my lowest dip in the last 90 days is right here on Tuesday, May 24th. I had 158 views, and I had taken a break from replying to comments. So as soon as I started doing that again, they went back up, and they have kind of kept above that line. So yeah, make sure if you are getting comments, you are replying to them within the first 24 hours. And it doesn't seem like it's something that would be that important, but it is. Another really important thing to keep in mind is try to find the best day of the week to upload that fits your schedule and does well, and stick to it. I notice there's times where I will go kind of quiet for a little while, or I'll switch around my days, and those videos don't do very well. And this sucks because I'm actually getting ready to test out a new posting day, but once your subscribers know the day that you post, they're going to be all over your stuff and they're going to watch it as soon as they can. So that's something that's very important to be consistent with. Lastly, once I was monetized, I did not want to skip a single week in uploading because I didn't want to lose any momentum while I was monetized, and I felt like I would just completely stop. So while that was going, I was posting every single week on a Friday or so, and you can tell because I showed you the dollar amount that I was making each month that it worked. I was making consistent money every month, and I don't plan to stop anytime soon. So obviously for the last 2 years, I've been flying by the seat of my pants and not doing a whole lot of research into what works to really grow a channel. Like I did a little bit, but not quite enough, because you can see I am only at about a handful away from 1,700 subscribers. And I get a lot of people telling me like, oh, your channel, the quality of your videos, why don't you have more subscribers or more views? And it's like, I'm not doing a whole lot to, try and go find them. So part of this whole, like, now that I'm making money, I want to try and, be more aware of what I could be doing to make more money on YouTube. Since I'm mostly doing it for fun and I'm already making money from it, I may as well do the best I can. In the last couple of weeks, I've been making an active effort to do research into ways to grow my channel and get more views. And I've already started kind of implementing some of those things, and I'm seeing immediate changes. So the first thing I started to implement was SEO, which is search engine optimization. And YouTube is a search engine. It's the next biggest search engine behind Google. People go there to find, videos on topics they want to learn about or consume. So I actually was doing a little bit of, I watched one video on, growing a small channel for artists, and the vlogger mentioned TubeBuddy. I had never heard of TubeBuddy, and as you can see, I am a big fan because now it's part of my integrated workspace. So you can use it for free. There's also paid options for it that give access to more features, but this is working for me for now, and I'll probably upgrade in the next month if I continue to see growth from it. So the great thing about YouTube is you can go back and freshen up your videos at any point, not necessarily the videos themselves, but the description, the title, the tags, all of that good stuff. And so I've been using the Keyword Explorer mostly and all that stuff to try and figure out ways that I can freshen up my existing videos. Because one of the things that I really love about YouTube is a video can go viral at any time after it's uploaded. It doesn't have to be within the first couple of days or the first couple of hours. My first studio vlog, if I go back and optimize it, could go viral. And that is just free real estate. If I'm gonna make money on this channel, then I may as well do everything I can to optimize that. So pretty cool stuff. If you haven't checked it out for your own channel, I highly recommend checking out TubeBuddy. So another thing that I am learning very quickly is important is subtitles. And this even goes back into the SEO thing. I had read somewhere in the last couple of months that subtitles are great to have on your video because, it's embedding text with keywords that is literally about your video, what you're talking about in your video. And that is easier to show up in search engines. And obviously it's also great for accessibility for people who are deaf or hard of hearing or don't like to watch videos with sound. So I have already started doing this since April, but every video I upload, I make sure to auto-generate the subtitles. If I have time, I go back in and clean those up. And there's a couple of my videos, in fact, one of my best performing videos, which the 3 from April, late March, early April, all have multiple languages tied to them. So if there's a language that you want me to start translating for my subtitles, let me know. So some of the other really important aspects of posting to YouTube that I want to research that I haven't yet are posting times and days and how much they actually matter, video length, and ways to keep people watching past a certain point, because my view duration is really low, you guys. So if you're still watching it at this point, I love you so much. Anyway, that pretty much sums up all the strategies I've been using and everything I want to learn. and my first experience with a YouTube check. So obviously I'm not an expert on any of this. I'm still learning on the go, and there's a lot to be learned about how to grow a channel and all that, but I still think it's really important for, if you're willing, I am obviously a willing person, to inform the public of the things that you experience to help other people through the hurdles and obstacles. So hopefully this video was something useful to you, and if anything, at least gives you an idea of other ways a small artist like myself makes money. So again, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you guys watched this all the way to the end, leave me a thumbs up or any kind of like heart emoji in the comments, or let me know if you have any questions or anything like that, and I will see you guys next week in a studio vlog. Bye!
And that's why I wish you the best.